I believe many of you would agree with me that the standard of British policing today has gone downhill. In fact, I'd say it's rock bottom. Not many people have respect for the copper here in Britain anymore. And that's because the police force, or the police service, today are ravaged by political correctness. It's a cancer that has reached every corner of the British criminal justice system, and they're just too busy with investigating hurty words on the internet, on social media, rather than actual crime. So if you say the wrong thing about a protected demographic on social media, you'll have about 10 of them turn up in a few vans knocking on your door ready to take you away for hate crime. Meanwhile, the old lady who lives down the road who's just been raped and burgled, well, the police can't get anyone out to her because they haven't got the manpower or the person power. So that's the state of British policing today, which brings me to Essex Police. Now, as the title of my video suggests, Essex Police really are a great example of what's wrong with British policing today. And this is demonstrated by their tweet, which they posted the other day. It says, "We're hiring. Essex Police aims to be the first county-level police force in Britain, composed of at least 50% black, Asian and minority ethnic officers. If you're from the correct background, you can submit a streamlined application without your CV at essex.police.uk/fit the bill." Now, in my opinion, this tweet is racist because it suggests if you are a Caucasian, a white person, then you need not apply. They don't want you. You don't fit the bill. That's not your correct background. What a disgusting thing to say. So Essex Police would rather you tick boxes to become a police officer than merit. Merit counts for nothing these days. They believe the colour of your skin, your gender, sex, religion makes you a far better candidate to be a police officer to protect people and property than skills and life experience. And how sad is that? Merit counts for nothing these days. There was someone called Jess on Twitter the other day, and she posted that she couldn't believe it's over. "I finally finished my policing degree. It's been 3 years of stress and tears, but it's all been worth it to say I'm a fully qualified police officer," and she's cock a hoop. Now, to be a police officer in the Met, you have to have a degree. They won't accept anything less, and I believe this is a barrier. You see, the only people who can get degrees these days are the middle class types. Kids from wealthy, well-to-do families, kids with no life experience, nothing they have gained or given to society. And they're more likely to be indoctrined by Marxist, communist, socialist ideologies in colleges and universities now. And by demanding that a degree will get you the job as a policeman or woman or whatever the hell you identify as in the Met, it ensures a barrier that stops normal, decent, working class people who went straight to work after school, didn't do A-levels, didn't go to university, can afford to get that degree. They are prohibited from doing so, and they get the right kind of people to be police officers. Police officers who are woke, progressive, lefties. And the best police officers we ever had, they were in the past. They never had degrees. These were men and women who came from working class backgrounds with life experience. Now, can you imagine the police force in Britain back in the late 1800s being politically correct, like Essex Police and many other police forces in the UK? Now, imagine Sherlock Holmes and Mowgli being real people, and they both go for the same job as a copper in the Met Police. Who do you think will get it? The illiterate, non-British person who was brought up by animals, or the most famous detective in Britain? Exactly. The famous detective in Britain wouldn't get it because he doesn't tick boxes. His merit and qualifications wouldn't matter one jot. And this brings me to Essex Police's new recruit, PC Lauren Hooper. Now, I am sure PC Lauren Hooper is a nice, kind and decent person, and I am quite sure she wants to be a police officer and do a good job. However, when you read what she said about herself to the local newspaper, it should ring alarm bells. She says, and I quote, "I'm autistic and dyslexic, and there were times when I never thought I'd get to this point, because I feared I'd be the odd one out. But once I took the first step and researched my options, I knew I couldn't let that hold me back." End quote. Now, Essex Police replied to this by saying, "Luckily for us, PC Hooper took a leap of faith and was welcomed to the Essex Police family with open arms." Now, PC Lauren Hooper is 5'5". She is autistic and dyslexic. And make of that what you will. I won't give my opinion on that because this is YouTube. This is a woke, progressive, lefty-run social media platform. Now, even though my opinion on this would be common sense, I know for a fact it would be deliberately misconstrued as hate speech. Now, as some of you know from my previous channel, I applied to be a police officer with Hampshire Constabulary. I eventually made it in, and all I was waiting for was the letter or the date telling me when to start my training. However, I got a different letter, and the letter told me they were recruiting people from my demographic and wished me well for the future, so all that for nothing. Now, I honestly believed in my heart, because of who I was, what I did, my previous career. I had a rank. I commanded men in Iraq, Afghanistan, Ulster, other places. I didn't have a criminal record. I could drive. I could write detailed reports from memory. I have a good grasp of the English grammar. And being a 6-foot male with an athletic body, a criminal thug would have a hard time getting away from me once I caught them, and I would catch them. And I thought the police would literally bite my hand off and reel me in, but they didn't because I didn't tick boxes. Now, can you imagine someone like PC Lauren Hooper up against a hardened criminal? Everything about her tells me a thug would make mincemeat out of her, and her autism and dyslexia would be a gift to defending solicitors and barristers should she ever have to take the stand and be a witness and read out a statement or something. I have seen barristers rip witnesses to shreds, and if you think having a disability will save you, they don't give a shit. They will tear you down to get their clients off the hook. I've seen it happen with my own eyes, so there's my proof. And so, in conclusion, Essex Police has been ravaged by the cancer of political correctness, which means they are recruiting the wrong people, and the wrong people can keep us or our properties and our streets safe. And as I've mentioned numerous times before, the police force in this country, it needs reforming root and stem. I don't want them running away or kneeling in front of criminals. I want them to catch them and put them away. So there we go. That's what I think. That's my video. And some of you may think it's sour grapes because I didn't get into the police force. Well, I did. I was just waiting for a date. What I can't get my head around is why they chose to dump me and others for the reasons in which they expressed. So there we go. And that's that. Until the next time, have a great day, have a great weekend, and Roger Trout.